Okay, so fished South Elm Lakes on Monday. It was freezing, absolutely freezing. Sunday was a really warm day, but I still caught on black buzzers. So here's my version of a black buzzer. So I've trapped the thread on the hook, and this is a size 10 B fulling mill, heavyweight champ. I hold the tag end at 45 degrees, then wind the thread evenly up the hook. The reason I hold the tag end at 45 degrees, that helps keep the thread even on the hook. You're trying to do it as evenly as possible, and every so often you might need to just pull the tag end up a little bit, like that, just to keep the thread even. And there we go. When you get roughly to where the hook starts to go around the bend, but opposite the point, if it was a pointed hook, you stop, cut the tag end off. I just a hook in the vise, and put some red thread under the black thread. Couple of turns just to catch it in. Cut the tag end off, and I'm creating a red butt section. And 4 or 5 turns, then back to the black thread to create this red butt section. I hope you can see that. Couple of turns just to catch the thread again. Cut that off. That's your red butt section. Now we're going to put some rib in. This is silver wire. Okay. And this is fine silver wire. Sometimes do it with a little bit thicker, but this is fine. Pull the wire so it virtually disappears after trapping it, and use a different pair of scissors to cut it. This is going to be your rib of a buzzer. In other words, to create segments. Adjust the hook back up. Now we need to do even turns all the way back up the hook again. Be patient. Like I say, it's freezing on Monday. I tried everything to catch fish. I thought the fish would be on something else, but no. The only thing I could catch on were these black buzzers. So I fished a beaded black buzzer on the point and one of these on the dropper, and ended up with one of these on the point as well, as the fish came higher up in the water a little bit later during the day. You're trying to get it even, but if it's a little bit uneven, don't worry too much. And you go all the way up to just in front of the hook eye. Now the last one, go back as far as you want to create the head. And I'll be honest, usually I'm doing it by eye, but I suppose that's what, a quarter of the way back up the hook, maybe a third. Okay, now grab your wire, and now we're creating the segments of the body. They say 3 or 4 turns. I don't think it really matters personally. There we go. Trap the thread. Use your other pair of scissors again. Now let's put some cheeks on this buzzer, and for that I'll use orange goose spots. But I have used bits of crisp packets, Doritos, before. I think that's called a crisp packet butter, but it's exactly the same pattern. So, trap it in with a fine end on one side of a hook. Then one the other side of a hook. Now you're going to create the head. Does it have to be exact oval? No, you're just doing it by eye, basically. I see some fishermen use a bigger head, some use a smaller. I think it's your personal preference, really. There we go. Bring the goose spots forward and trap in with the thread. Couple of turns. Bend them back. Couple more turns just in front. Then either break or cut them off. I cut them off usually. And you're left with two little tag ends. Don't be too worried about it. Now try and trap the tag ends a few turns under the thread. And to finish off, because I'm going to varnish this one heavy, I'm going to do 3 half hitches. There's 1, 2, 3. Cut the thread. Right, now to varnish. Now the biggest problem is avoiding getting too much glue in the eye. So get another hook. Keep that handy. So we've got some Sally Hansen's Hard as Nails. And we paint butter gently over. This is where you need a rotating vise. Now I usually put 2 coats on that, but that's 1 coat, and that is basically the finished butter. And that's how I tie my black buzzers.